The Bible says the rod and reproof brings wisdom, but a child left to himself brings his mother shame. A child left to himself brings his mother shame. That's Proverbs 29:15. I want to roll a clip of Monster Kody, the notorious gang member. He was a Crip, notorious in the 1990s. He got the name Monster from stumping a dude face in so bad till he permanently disfigured it. He was friends with the late rapper Tupac. Shakur. He had this evil image, and I want to roll this clip because he gives us some insight, on why he became, this evil guy, and he gives us a close up and a closer look to what the problem is that a lot of these young people are really facing. What's the problem for real? Why do they have so much hatred in their hearts? Why do they choose these gang routes when they can go any other way? Why do they choose that? You know what I'm saying? Is it they grew up in the hood? Is it poverty? What is it? I want Monster Kody to tell you what it was for him, and then we'll come back and discuss. Roll the clip.
You don't have most of the usual excuses. You didn't grow up in the projects. You had a very strong mother. Your biological father is
absent.
An
Missing in action.
An NFL football player.
But yeah, I hear you.
Your godfather's Ray Charles.
Yeah. But while my mother's at work being a working class woman, while my father was on the football field, while Ray was in the recording studio, I was in the street. You know what I mean? I was being influenced by social forces that they couldn't even touch, couldn't even understand. And my mother couldn't protect me from that. Ray couldn't come get me all the time. And Dick never came. But, you know what I mean? So,
do you resent that?
To a great extent, no doubt about it. I hate him. You know what I mean? I hate him because I think about what I could have been, and I can't dig that, man. You're running out of your kids, father thing, man. But that's just heavy to me now, This is heavy.
Would it have made a difference, do you think?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have to go to the street to find the street people, to find, people in the street,
Hold up. Wait. We see this gangster, this killer, this guy who's instilled fear in many people in his neighborhood. We see this him. He shed a tear when it came to talking about his dad not being there. Did y'all see that? He start fighting tears, talking about his father's, the lack of his father's presence in his life. Wow. Who would have thought that deep down in this angry gang member was a little boy still longing for his dad? I submit to you this today. This is our issue that we're facing. This is the issue that these young dudes are facing today. A lot of them want their fathers. And it's really nothing profound. We know this already, right? We know the impact a father has. And when a father is not in the home, just like Monster Kody said, because he wasn't there, that led him to go searching for the things his father was supposed to give him. Identity, love, right? All of these qualities your father's supposed to give you. He went to go search for those things, and just so happened that he found those things, or so he thought, in these street gangs. He found unity. He found identity. He found acceptance. He found love in the wrong place. Why? Because those places, those gangs, the drugs, the streets in general, they don't really love you. They don't love you because love cares for you. Love seeks out your best interest, and obviously the streets don't seek your best interest. But a father's supposed to. And so we see this guy tear up when he starts talking about his father's absence. And I want to ask you this question today. Is it possible that an absent father altogether is actually better than a present father who displays a negative image to his child? See, I didn't grow up with a father in my home, so I didn't have this example in my home. But some people, they had fathers in the home, but they had bad fathers in their house, y'all. They had bad fathers, and that could do more damage than not having one at all, right? In Monster Kody's case, he says, I didn't have one. He was absent. And it's even worse when you have a rich dad or a well-off dad who's absent, because it's like, man, it's not that you're doing bad that you're not in my home. You're choosing not to be here. And that was his case. His father was a professional football player. His godfather, like we said, was Ray Charles, one of my favorite musicians of all time. And you would think that he had a lot of this stuff. We see the interviewer, he said, you don't have the normal excuses. You didn't grow up in the hood. Y'all cutting y'all grass. Y'all got the nice manicured lawns. It looked like everybody going to work. You didn't go to sleep hearing gunshots. You don't have the boys in the hood story. So why are you like that? Simple. Neglect. Neglect. His mother's at work. His father's absent. The streets like, hey, come over here with us. The Bible says, the rod and correction brings reproof, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. Why? Because just like God said in the book of Genesis, it is not good for man to be alone. A child should not be left over to himself to just, spend time doing absolutely nothing. Nobody's pouring into him on a daily basis. Nobody's investing time into him, showing him who he is, training him, correcting him, bringing reproof, bringing discipline. When the child is left to himself, he's going to eventually find something to do. And this is what Monster Kody did. He found the streets. Like I said, his mother's at work. His father's not there. What is a kid to do? Oftentimes, neglect is a horrible thing on a child, because it pretty much flips the coin. Neglect says, you figure it out. I'm going to leave you to yourself. I'm going to leave you to your own devices. Maybe you come out good. Maybe you don't. No, as fathers, y'all, we have to be active, not just present in the home. We have to be active in our children's lives. We have to be active on a day-to-day basis, pouring into them. Why? Because if we don't pour into them, somebody else will. Kids are like empty vases. They're like empty canvases. And as fathers, as parents, we are to be helping them. We are to be painting what we want our children to become. Pouring into them what we want to be inside of them. Because like I said, if we don't, somebody else, i.e. the streets, i.e. these gangs, are waiting to pour into them, waiting to give them false identity, waiting to give them false acceptance, waiting to give them false pleasure, false love, false hope. Let's not just be present. Let's be active. Monster Kody, he passed away, I believe about 2 years ago. He passed away. I don't know if he ever got his life back on track or not. What I do know is there are children out here right now. There are children out here right now, just like Monster Kody, that are waiting for somebody like you, waiting for somebody like me to say, yo, I know your dad might be gone. I know you might be left to yourself, left to your own devices, but I want to invest time into you. I want to spend some time with you. I want to help you understand this life. I want to pour into you before the streets get to you. It's a kid out there in your community that can use this. Are you searching those children out? Because if not, this cycle is going to continue. This cycle will continue. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Hopefully you've been encouraged today. If you like what you heard, subscribe. And remember, if words can hurt, words can heal. Go out and heal somebody today. I'm going.